Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Domestic Boyfriends podcast, where we talk about movies, video games, comics, TV shows, anime, and anything else we want to talk about because it's our podcast. My name is Dean, and always with me is my lovely co host, Vincent.
Hello.
This episode is going to be a little different with the way the world is working right now, and some things are happening out in the great land of Hollywood. We're going to change things up a little bit, just so you guys know, as our loyal listeners. We do stand with the writers and the actors on strike that are standing with SAG-AFTRA, and in our stand with them, we're deciding not to talk about anything recent. We are not union members, and nor do we have any contracts with any big box studios. Maybe in the future once the strike's done, hopefully. But we want to stand in solidarity with them. Thus, we are going to be shifting our topics to some other stuff that we talk about. If you have been listening to us from the beginning, we definitely don't talk about a lot of modern things, but we definitely do. So to just put us in a good position, we're just shifting our topics a little bit. Same relevant stuff that we always talk about, just to coincide with the strike. So also with that, we aren't going to be covering anything news-wise that would impede the strike or give unwanted views to the companies that are being striked. So this episode, we're not really going to be talking about much. We were actually just talking about Lorcana. If you guys didn't know from listening to us, me and Vincent both play card games. So we were talking about that. So that's a TCG. But we're not going to talk about any shows or any upcoming projects and stuff. So we're going to cut news short a little bit. You want to talk about, you got any news things? Nothing? You want to tell everybody how your day's been?
Oh, my day's been fantastic.
That's great.
It's been good. I get to hang out with my friend Dean. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Know him?
No? What?
Do you know him?
Oh, maybe. Who am I? So today's episode is actually going to be something that, similarly to, what was it, a couple episodes ago? I don't remember. We've been doing this for so long now. Where we're just going to dive into some old memories. We're going to be talking about Power Rangers. So, I guess a good segue into the topic would be where did you start? Where did you start, Vincent? What season was your first?
So, while doing a little bit of research for this, originally I had thought that Dino Thunder was my start. At the very least, I have like the most firm memories of Dino Thunder. Mm-hmm. My actual first was actually Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember nothing about this show aside from the villain and the Red Ranger's denim jacket. That is all I remember from the show. I remember Trakina and I remember the jacket. That is all.
That's great. My first, so I originally thought that it was Wild Force, right? But after looking into this, Wild Force came out in 2004, 2002, right? I was born in 99. So I'm like thinking about what I can remember first. I have them on VHS. I have like the first two. I have like the first what they did them like every 3 episodes. They released a VHS tape or something like that. So I remember I have two. I have 2 of them. But the one that I remember vividly watching on like TV was like Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder. So I definitely think it was somewhere in there. I did like watch like I do have like the old MMPR VHS tapes as well. But like my fondest memories were watching like Wild Force, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder era. And I think like probably like the reruns of all the other ones were going on at the same time. So
Hmm.
yeah. We have a very long list that we're going to get through within this 1 to 2 hours that we have, you guys. And I guess the beginning is like, what is Power Rangers? What is Power Rangers, Vincent?
Power Rangers is is a show that is, well, is it fair to say that it's based off of Super
is-
Sentai, or
it is-
it's just the American localization of Super Sentai? That's
I
what
would-
it is.
I
isn't
wouldn't.
it?
I would.
Kind of.
I would say it is the local adaptation of Super Sentai as a concept, and sometimes in their stories.
It's like they don't. The stories don't match up because they like
Not always
completely like reshoot like full episodes.
Yeah,
Like
It-
from my understanding, whenever they're in their suits, it's almost always actually like just from the show
So-
from Super Sentai.
so it really depends on like what. Honestly, like the film gradient, like it's different, but when you get into like season, I would say like season 2 and season 3 of even MMPR, you have like a lot of original stuff because they don't. The thing about season 2 and season 3 is they don't adapt the suits, so they just have like the original suits from the first season. So like a lot of that is original content, right? But when you get into certain other ones, like even like Lost Galaxy, when they're on like the actual planet, a lot of that is Sentai footage. So
Yeah.
I guess the best way to put it is that like Power Rangers is a loose American adaptation of Super Sentai footage and sometimes stories because the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is not five teenagers with attitude is nothing like the Sentai counterpart, which are five ancient warriors from the dinosaur age. So like completely different aspects are taken from it. Different storylines are going on, but they use the footage of the action and stuff. Most of the time, they use the Zords and the Megazords and everything, but that's kind of what Power Rangers is. They've taken these loose concepts and put them together, and actually have created this like almost cohesive multiverse. As we see in later seasons, like they're interconnected in a way, and like the one of the latest seasons, Beast Morphers. I didn't even know this until like the series ended. It's literally a season about. So the season is like this mishmash of stuff, right? It takes certain concepts from the Sentai season, and it puts it on its head, and the main enemy, the main villain, is actually the villain from like a bunch of seasons ago. RPM like brought into it, masquerading as like a different person, or I guess AI because he's a computer virus. And the reason that happened is because the main scientist kid who's also a ranger, he learned how to like weaponize or like give the morphing grid a physical energy form and was able to tap into the multiverse that way. So like it's gone beyond just the teenagers with attitude and stuff. And it goes even further beyond that in the comic books, which we can talk about later. But yeah, Power Rangers, I guess the best way to note it is kind of like how they do in Japan, is that Power Rangers are like allies of justice superhero like figures
Yeah.
that draw their power from what is called the morphing grid, which is this ambiguous energy like the force that can be shaped and molded into multitude of things. It can act as a power source. It can act as a weapon. It can act as pretty much whatever the writers want it to be. Sometimes it's given physical form and everything like that, but it's crazy. I think if Power Rangers wasn't marketed towards like kids and like it was like tweens to young adults, this thing would be crazy, right? Especially if it came out like now.
Yeah.
It would be crazy with the concepts that they could take that aren't like child proof. But yeah, that is Power Rangers. If you don't know what Power Rangers is, you chose the right you chose the right
The right path.
you chose the right episode to listen to. The right path.
Yeah. You dodged a bullet there,
Yeah.
man. This is a hole.
So there are 30 seasons of Power Rangers currently. The 30th one to be released soon. It's going to be a 10 episode Netflix special. But 30 seasons in comparison to, I'm not going to keep comparing Sentai because until later on, very greatly. Actually, that might be a lie because I might bring up Sentai stuff all the time. Super Sentai series. How many Sentai series are there? There are, as opposed to the, holy crap, my god. I don't have a number. 47 seasons of Super Sentai that there are. Keep in mind, Power Rangers adapted the 15th season of Sentai, and with the current edition of Cosmic Fury, there are multiple seasons that came through, and there's also seasons that they skipped. A couple, like between like a couple that already happened. So there are some seasons of Sentai that they haven't adapted. So there is that. But yeah, we'll just get right into this. We'll probably start going off here and there. But let's start off pretty easy. This isn't easy. This is a loaded question. What is your favorite season? Looking at all of the seasons,
No.
looking at all of the seasons that you have watched, I will say, because I'm gonna be honest, I've heard about. I stopped watching like actually after RPM, and I heard about Samurai and Super Samurai and Megaforce and Super Megaforce, but the rest of them I do not know anything about them. I kind of know about Beast Morphers, but
Samurai one made me want to vomit.
yeah,
But
same. Which is really sad because that's actually it's really close. It's almost like an Americanized 1-to-1 of like the Japanese story.
I just didn't like the powers in it. I don't know. Something about like the weird hexagons that they put into the swords made me feel weird.
In Japanese, it's so much. I'm gonna go on a tangent. Go ahead.
If I had to pick one, I think I'd have to say Ninja Storm. Dino Thunder's a close second, but Ninja Storm just has so many fun villains. I feel like the cast and only having it be like 3 main Rangers
Until there
for
was
most
5.
of the series until there was 6
Yeah.
was a fun and interesting thing. It probably also had something to do with the fact that like I was like, and probably like part of my enjoyment for like Power Rangers as a whole was the fact that like I took Taekwondo as a kid
So you
for
related.
a very long time. I was like, Mom, they're just like me, and she's like, you're not an Asian.
Yeah. Henry thought he
But,
was.
like-
Shout out to Henry.
Shout out to Henry. But like the villains were so cool, the powers were interesting, the Zords were cool. The sensei got turned into a gerbil, that was lit.
Also, something that happened in Sentai.
Good, good that they brought that over.
Um, it's actually really funny because okay, I don't mean to go on the tangent now, but
No, go.
Cam in Sentai, like it's actually pretty like 1-to-1 with this too. Like there is the school, so in Ninja Storm there is there's the Storm School, there's the Storm Ninja School, and then there's the Thunder Ninja School. In Japanese,
Uh-huh.
it is exactly the same. There's the Nimpu Shinobi Academy, and then there's the Jinnai Shinobi Academy.
Oh,
So
that's so cool.
so it's literally a 1-to-1. In fact, it's so in Japanese. It's actually really interesting because the two of their schools are so similar yet different. It's like they're a team within a team. They're like two teams together becoming one team. Like technically in Japanese they're called the Hurricanegers, so like Hurricane Rangers is the original three, right? And then in Japanese the Thunder Bros are called the Go Riders or like the Thunder Rangers, right? That's what they're called in English. I don't know why I said that. But they're considered like although they are like very similar in the way they transform and like the way that they use like the same system, they're actually considered like two separate teams. So like in Sentai, the although like when it comes to like conglomerating them is as a season, they're considered one, the five of them, but like power system wise, they're only similar in the fact that they like have like similar morphers and their designs kind of look the same. Like technically they have no relation together. They're technically two teams. And that also kind of goes back to the fact of like something weird in Power Rangers where like only one person can have the color of the team. In season 3, Kimberly's pink power was being stolen by Catherine, and Zordon makes relevance to it that like too much pink energy is bad. Like only one person can have the powers of that. So like because Crimson and Navy are technically red and blue, like people have speculated that it's just the fact that they're two separate teams that coalesce at one into one. So like they technically draw from different powers on the grid.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was a big tangent, but yeah, Ninja Storm was cool. I also agree with that.
So cool.
It also had a lot of good character progression. Like if I look back on it, it had, despite there only being one female on the team, I feel like she had a lot of progression, was spotlighted a lot in the series. Not like thrown to the gutters like a lot of female characters are in PR.
Yeah.
Um,
She had a lot of. I paid more attention to her than like the Yellow Ranger, albeit the Yellow Ranger in that series was like kind of
Cool.
an idiot.
Yeah. Okay. Also, similar in the Sensei is a gerbil, but Cam, there's no equivalent. There's an equivalent to him, but he has a daughter, and she is just kind of the same role as Cam is throughout the entire series, except she doesn't become the Green Ranger. Do you want to know who the Green Ranger is
In
in Sentai?
Oh yeah. Who is
So,
it in Sentai?
so he is. It's so interesting that they adapted him this way. So have you ever wondered why he has a baseball attack?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, and why he has a microphone? Like his katana's a microphone.
Yeah.
So in the Japanese Sentai, they so all of them they all have different names. So the original three primary colors are called the Hurricanegers, and the two like darker colored like navy and crimson are called the Go Riders. And the third one he's not a samurai. He's still a ninja. I don't know why they call him the Samurai Ranger. He's called his name is Shurikenger, like shuriken. So he's the Shuriken Ranger. Because if you notice, all of Cam's Zords are all
that makes
Shuriken
sense.
based.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
So Shurikenger, so he is okay. This is the best. It's the best thing if you actually watch the season. So when we get like it's okay. So Shurikenger, we don't know his identity. We don't know who he actually is. So every time Shurikenger pops up, from the first time we see him up until his spoiler alert death in the series, because people die in Sentai, we don't know his identity. Every time we see him morph, he disguises himself as a different person. Like
What?
his face is just not the same every time. Like
That's so cool.
when he's introduced, every episode you have to expect that a new character being introduced is going to be Shurikenger just popping up and like helping to defeat the bad guy. Like 90% of the time it's this random dude that you don't know who he is, just doing anything. It could be this guy named Al who's the janitor, right? And then like let's say like the evil organization like starts to invade it, and then like he's just like, "Oh, I see you've invaded." And then he starts kicking everybody's ass. And then like everybody's just like, "Who is this old man?" And then like it's so cool cuz his theme song pops up as soon as he shows as a morpher. And then everybody's just like, "Oh fuck, it's the Shurikenger." And then the villain's just like, "Oh fuck." And then he morphs, and then he starts beating people's ass. And they're just like, the Rangers are just like, "Oh, thank God he's here." Like he's like the epitome of Tommy the Green Ranger jumping in at the right moment, but he's disguised as a person in like underneath everybody's eyes. So the cool thing about the Shurikenger as well is that if you look at every single person that plays him within the episodes that he stars in, like the actual human faces that you see, like the people he's quote unquote disguising as, right? They're people that used to be actors within Super Sentai or Tokusatsu. So, like, it's people that used to be Rangers themselves. Like they're not playing the former part, but they're just play like it's their actor being it. So the Shurikenger is this big homage to like Super Sentai itself through the actors. But we don't actually know his identity. He's just this random person. He's big, he's loud, he speaks into his microphone into people's ears. And one of his favorite things to do is play baseball. He also speaks really broken English sometimes. One of his most infamous things is inside of his helicopter bird thing. He opens up the door, grabs his microphone, and he's like, "Hello, everybody," and then he jumps down and starts fighting. But yeah, no. So Cam doesn't really exist. It's this mysterious shinobi that just like I'm gonna send you a clip. I'm gonna send you a clip of the different times that he comes in and just fights people. Watch this on your own time, or you can watch it now if you want.
I'll watch it at some point.
But it's so cool, and it's like a bunch of references to different things. Yeah, I don't know. My favorite Sentai, not Sentai, my favorite Power Ranger season. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a sucker for dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I'm also a sucker for ninjas,
yeah.
but time travel. I wish they did more time travel in Time Force because that would definitely be like my favorite season. But I really lied to you because I really think that Jungle Fury is my favorite season. Because Kung Fu,
I just like the wolf, dude. He just looks cool.
he's my, he reminds me of myself. I really like Jungle Fury. I remember watching I remember my dad letting me stay up late to watch the final episode of Jungle Fury, and then immediately I was told to go to bed as soon as the credits rolled.
Oh,
I was just like, it was worth it.
It's over.
But it has like very fond memories in my heart. Around this time is also when I started to figure out about Super Sentai. So I watched the Sentai counterpart and I was just like, this is cool, but I really kind of liked the way that everything worked. The villain wasn't necessarily the worst guy. He was just possessed.
Yeah.
The Zords I really liked. I think the coolest thing was they had like an anime arc where they trained and got power-ups. Like I really liked when they trained with the masters. And they got their little master.
Completely forgot about that.
They got their jungle master mode because in Sentai, that power up wasn't necessarily a significant. I don't believe it was like super significant, like story wise, but like in Jungle Fury, it was to show that these two or the three of them have advanced to a level after their training that if they progressed, like they're at this higher level, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like they went from honestly, it's kind of like they went from like Chunin to Jonin in like Naruto set in like a Naruto sense. Like they've escalated to this level of achievement and like strength and skill. I thought it was really cool. Jungle Fury didn't have a battleizer though, so it wasn't that cool. But I do think it's my favorite. It has some of my favorite mechs. And it has some pretty cool people in there. What else? The whole animal spirit thing was really cool. Did you know that Jungle Fury was the first? Was the first? They had their first. They had the first like actual in suit action Power Rangers. Like the first like OCs. That besides the Titanium Ranger in Lightspeed Rescue, Jungle Fury had the Spirit Rangers, right?
Yeah.
They had the Spirit Rangers, but they were the first ones to ever. They were the first like American Power Ranger thing to ever be published in magazines in Japan to like get people to watch Power Rangers. Like
That's cool.
They announced it in Japan that the American version of it's called Geki Ranger in Japanese, but like Jungle Fury was going to be making these, and I'm pretty sure they did like. I'm pretty sure they used like some of it was recorded for them in Japan to be used in certain shots. But yeah, no, I think Jungle Fury is really cool. Also, whatchamacallit, Kung Fu Panda was really popular around that time too, so it kind of made me think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Jungle Fury. I don't know, man. It Jungle Fury is like such a weird thing because it was both Jungle Fury and then Mystic Force as well that just sort of made wolves synonymous with the color purple for me. You know, because like Korag was so cool and Jungle Fury was just awesome. But like both of them just for some reason are like, okay guys, we have the wolf character and he's purple.
Oh my gosh. So they missed out on this cool. Okay. So you know how like the Purple Ranger, he had like his morpher was like a bell and like
Yeah.
like, so in Japan, the Wolf Ranger, he's just called like his name is Geki Violet. So like in Sentai, they usually just have like the first part of their name, like so like Hurricaneer, right? That team. The Red Rangers are just called Hurricane Red. So like they each of their names like just are they're not just like, oh, I'm the Purple Ranger. They have like specific names corresponding to their teams. So Geki Violet, the actual guy, he was a boxer. Like the dude he was still like, he had the spirit of the wolf and everything like that. And like, he took his training of martial arts and became a boxer. So that's why it's like the ring and the gong and everything like that. So like his transformation sequence, the way he actually morphs, it's really cool. It's like when he hits the bell, like the guy gets taken to this like subspace where it's like an empty ring, and like he gets wrapped up in bandages, and like that turns into a suit. So yeah, there's that. But yeah. Oh, also, this was one of the, I think this was the beginning of the, this was the, okay, no. SPD also had this. So in Japan, every summer, right? Super Sentai and Kamen Rider make movies that are both 30 minutes long. They get aired in Japanese movie theaters as a double feature 1 hour special to be like a regular length movie, right? Like a regular hour and a half movie. It's like they're like 45 minutes each, and then like ads and everything like that, and then they have special things that happen in between, right? So they're usually like summer festivals that happen in theaters. Sometimes they're at the Tokyo Dome, and like it's a big thing that comes around every summer for Toei and for Tokusatsu fans, right?
Yeah.
So every summer there is usually a summer movie. I think it started. I don't exactly remember. I think it actually started with the Japanese version of Wild Force, which is called Gao Ranger. Gao in Japanese is the onomatopoeia for roar.
Yeah. Like Gao Gaigar.
Yeah, we can do an episode on Gao Gaigar.
Oh heck yeah.
King of the Braves. Fucking drill knees, man. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it started with Gao Ranger, that there was a summer movie every movie. It was like 2005 or 2002 or 2003 that there was a summer movie every year, right? With that, there were each summer movie. You know what goes good with a summer movie, Vincent?
Summer drinks?
Summer toy to release so kids' parents can buy stuff.
Of course, that was my next guess.
Yeah. So with each season, I can only remember them for like Wild Force onwards. I don't think Time Force's season did anything. So like Wild Force, there was a repaint of the Gorilla Zord, right? It was colored red. The movie was it was interesting as hell. The Rangers get teleported to Skull Island, pretty much, where there's an active volcano, and there's 3 orcs based off of Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. And they're trying to destroy the island, or they're trying to destroy the world, I think. So the Gao Rangers, the Wild Force Rangers in Japanese, are tasked to defeat them, right? And you know the jewels that they have that like summon the Zords, right?
Yeah.
They get one because one of there's like villagers around there that are trying to fight off the orcs, but the orcs like kill them in one hit. So like they're like, "Oh, we see that you have these crystals. We have one too." And then the Red Ranger summons it, and out of the active volcano comes Red King Kong. And they're just like, "Oh, this is crazy." And from that, it combines with the original 4 Zords besides the original Zords besides the Red Lion, right? And it combines with it, and instead of like the regular head, because it's just a recolor, it has tiny remolding where the head is in the shape of like a knight, and it uses the elephant sword, and it's called Gao Knight. So it's I think in America they try to release it for a limited time. It's called like the Knight, like the Wild Force Knight Megazord or something like that. But that started a trend for like each season had a movie special mech or Megazord, right? like each season, like Ninja Storm. So you remember the final mech from Ninja Storm?
Yeah.
Like the combining of all three of them with like the Phoenix mini Zord?
Yes.
That was the movie special combination. It got so much good like representation in there that they were like, "Oh, we're going to use that in the series too."
Oh.
Dino Thunder had this recolor and remolding of the Tyrannosaurus and the Triceratops that were just a Megazord on their own. They were
Yeah.
based off of a. I think they're trying. They were supposed to be based off of like a similarly species like Tyrannosaurus like creature, and then like a you know those like giant Triceratops like creatures that have like a shield for a forehead.
Yeah.
That so like those two were meant to be like one. It was like a recoloring and a remold of the original Dino Thunder Megazord, except it didn't have a pterodactyl. SPD had a really cool one. It was called like the Boost or Blitz Buggy. I'm so sad we never got this in English in like America. But it was this buggy that would equip to the SPD Megazord that was just a it was just like I was gonna say it was a heavy bow gun. It's just like a Gatling gun. It's a machine gun. And a shield. Mystic Force was the White Unicorn. In Operation Overdrive, it was actually the secondary Megazord, the one that was made out of all the auxiliary Megazords. That was the movie special one. But in Jungle Fury, this tangent led somewhere. See, in Jungle Fury, this was one of the first, besides in Wild Force, and SPD. Jungle Fury had a really interesting one where you remember when the main villain and the chameleon woman like combined with them
Yeah.
in so the way that it is in the Sentai series is that it is not just like good versus evil. Oh, excuse me. It's not necessarily just good versus evil, right? It's actually two competing schools that use the same fighting style or they use the same like fighting technique, right? It's called Juken or just like something fist in Japanese. And Juken is used by both the good guys and the bad guys, right? And in Japanese, in the movie, the two schools or the villains and the heroes, the Rangers, they have a common enemy with like a third party. So what they do is they combine their powers, and that's when like the lion and the chameleon first manifest. And it's really interesting because in Japanese, they just love to call out random stuff before it happens. In anime, they call out attacks before they hit. In Japanese, they call out like, or not Japanese. In Power Rangers and Super Sentai, they call out like a special command code before like they combine their Megazords or they morph. But it's really interesting because before they combine all of their Zords together, they say it's called Guai. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. It's pronounced like Guaitstoshu, and it means rivals. In short, that short little sentence means rivals putting aside their differences for a common goal. So it's supposed to be like for this slight moment, us enemies are going to fight our common enemy, and then after that, everything's normal. And that's exactly what happened. I just thought that was a cool little part.
Oh.
But yeah, it's Jungle Fury. We're on the first point. Oh man. Okay. Oh, already like 40 minutes. We're fifth. Oh god. Okay. Favorite favorite
Power Rangers.
favorite ranger.
Oh, hmm. You know, part of me wants to say the White Ranger from Dino Thunder, but that's just because his mask always reminded me of the Gigan. Um, I think,
And he's edgy.
and he's edgy.
The White Ranger in Sentai, his name, so it's called Aba Ranger because abare in Japanese means to run wild or wild. So they're called like because they're based off dinosaurs, they're called like the wild. They're called Wild Rangers if you translate it like verbatim.
Mhm.
His so the rest of them are like abare red, abare blue, abare yellow, abare black. You know what his name is?
Blanco. What?
Abare Killer because
Oh.
he's a villain until the last 3 episodes.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, it's total badass.
Yeah, I think
You think?
I think my
You
favorite
think?
it's the dude, it's the White
doesn't-
Ranger.
He doesn't even know his name.
It's the White Ranger from Sam? That's his name, right? Sam from SPD?
Oh,
The one from the kid
from the future. That's a ball of
from
light.
the future? That's a ball of light. That's right. I like Sam.
The Omega
I always
Ranger.
enjoyed
That's what he's called. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, the Omega Ranger.
So okay.
I
So
like Sam. It was really weird that like, they saved him and then like within the same episode he's like, "Hey guys, it's me from the future. Now I'm going to be able to be a part of the series for now on." Like,
Forever?
okay, sure, but like he's also just cool.
and they've never given more character to a ball of light ever again. I keep wanting to just spout Sentai facts whenever you talk about a season. Sam's Japanese counterpart. So SPD isn't in the far future. Okay, this is really weird because Sentai has like in Power Rangers, like certain seasons share the same world. I guess like
Yeah.
most of MMPR up until like Lost Galaxy is supposed to be the same universe. Even like all the way up to like Wild Force, they're all supposed to technically be in the same world because of like Forever Red.
Yeah.
But in Sentai, it's literally just like your your Sentai team is the superhero team for the year, and then it's just a new one. Like they specifically retire at this point right before a new team starts to begin.
Huh.
It's not supposed to be like that's canonical, but like that's always what happens. For SPD, it's called Deca Ranger. Deca Ranger does not take place in the future at all. It actually takes place in the modern time. It's just like Deca Ranger is supposed to be SPD stands for Space Police Deca Ranger in Japanese. They aren't just like they're space police kind of like the SPD is, but they take place in modern time and they always kind of exist after the series, but aliens are never really referenced except when it's Deca Ranger related content. If you kind of know what I mean.
Huh. Yeah.
But Sam's equivalent character is he's just a PI. And he comes from like upper echelon on a different planet. But yeah, he's cool.
What about you?
This is my complete bias with Johnny Young Bosch, but I really love Adam. He came back a couple times. debatably as many times as like JDF did. Rest in peace. But like, I really like Adam. He came back before and in space, and he came back for Operation Overdrive. I think that's what solidified him was during Once a Ranger in Operation Overdrive as my favorite Ranger because he was the first non-Red Ranger to be a leader. That like was actually like took the leader role. And I just think he's cool. He's also Asian, so I relate to him a little bit. But I am also gonna cheat and say that Draken from the comics is also my favorite, but I don't know if that counts. So I really like Draken because I really love I really love the concept of like the whatever the good guys are twisted. Like I always think that's cool.
For sure.
Okay, next one is another loaded one. Zord,
Okay.
favorite Zord and Megazord. So, favorite Zord, as in any of them from the series. I'll even count the mini Zords. Or I'll even count Mini Zord himself.
No, we don't talk about Minizord.
I'll count the battle bots from season 3 that the Alien Rangers use. And yeah, anything that counts as a Zord.
Battle boards? You dare bring up the battle board?
I'll also count like I guess like the auxiliary ones as well, because like the horses from Mystic Force count. Did you know in Dino Thunder, you know the weapons? Okay, you know the helmet piece for okay, I don't know what the name of it is. You remember the Battleizers like Zord,
Yeah.
like the giant red Triceratops looking thing? Did you know that the helmet and the battle axes are technically 3 separate creatures?
Are they?
Yeah, they're listed as separate auxiliary Zords, even though they are the weapons and the helmet.
What?
Yeah, so they count too.
Huh. That's really weird.
I will also count the Armadillo Zord as its own separate Zord if you do not like the Rhino Zord from Wild Force.
Okay.
I will also count the thing that punches the time machine through. That
Oh my
punches
God.
that actually punches the the Time Force Rangers Zords into the time machine, because that technically is listed as a Zord.
I think you're just taking your chance to be able to talk about all of your favorite Zords.
I'm just saying, I count those all as Zords.
I think my favorite Zord, albeit it's like, it's sort of a classic, but at the same time, like, he's just so cool. And also, I love Godzilla, is the Dragon Zord.
Yeah.
The Dragon Zord is just so cool. Summoning him by a flute, and the song that the flute plays is just so iconic. It's so fun. It's so
Yeah.
cool. He's just so chunky. I love him so much, and his weird fingies that like just shoot out and grab people. He's so cool. He's so fun. If I'm gonna say a Megazord though, it's gonna be the Samurai Star Chopper.
Okay. Okay.
I love the whole like, I guess was it the Star Chopper, or was it that was just the regular Megazord for the series that had like the gotcha system in it?
No, it was all 3
No,
of them.
it was all 3 of them
Yeah. So
when they
Japanese-
combined together.
No. So each of them have it separately. So like the chests of the first 2 would fall down, but the Star
Oh,
Chopper
okay.
would just create it in between its hands. Like it would just manifest it.
Right, and then it would like randomly start using like a flail, if I remember correctly, right?
It was a bee. Yeah.
It was a bee, yeah.
was like a bee
I
flail.
love this. I love the Samurai Star Chopper. I love the megaphone. I love how stupid he was.
Yeah.
He looks so dumb. His feet are so small. He's so funny.
Um, that's a good pick, and he does combine with both of them separately. So
It's true.
um,
Yeah,
you kind of got a two in one right there.
he's a weird Megazord because he himself is a Zord, but then he ends up combining with the other two Megazords for Samurai Storm and Samurai Thunder.
Yeah. Now, is he your pick for both, or is he your pick for just your favorite sword?
He's my favorite Megazord. My favorite Zord is the Dragon Zord.
Okay. Um. Okay. My favorite Zord. Okay.
It's the wolf.
Shut up. Um. I don't know. You took a really good one. You took a really good one. Um. I really like the Super Train Megazord just because it's called the Super Train Megazord, but I don't like it. I only like the name.
Super Train.
I also like in SPD they have the wing, they have like you remember they got like aerial vehicles? They got like fighter jets and stuff, right?
Yeah, the SWAT Megazord.
Remember the SWAT Megazord could turn into a gun? That was that was really cool.
Yeah. Super stupid.
My favorite sword on its own though.
Or the SWAT flyers.
I gotta think about like each season and which one. Okay, MMPR, Zeo. Okay, no, I'm gonna kind of do a U. My favorite Zord is Pyramidas from Zeo. You know why? You know why?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Because he's a pyramid.
He's a pyramid.
I was going to say Tor the Shuttle Zord.
No.
And also
I forgot about pyramids.
also
This
I
was
was
Tommy's.
no, Jason's. This was Jason's.
Jason.
Yeah, Jason's. He's also Trey of Triforia, who was a 3-in-1 Power Ranger.
What?
I was also going to say, what's his name? Freaking it makes the Ultra Zord. It's like the Brachiosaurus. What's its name? The MMPR Ultra Zord. Titanus. I was gonna say either of those, but I think Pyramidas steals the cake for me. Because along with it being its own Zord, it's also its own Megazord, and technically the Ultra Zord of Zeo, because everything just puts itself inside of Pyramidas and then it gets more powerful. I think Pyramidas is really cool. In Japanese, he's just called King Pyramid. But my favorite Megazord it's the White Ranger's Megazord from Dino Thunder. It's the Dino Stegazord.
Oh, the Stegazord.
The Dino
The Stegazord.
The Dino Stegazord. Where the Dracozord, why is it called the Dracozord? And then the Stegazord combined together. Oh, it's so fucking cool.
Growing up, I don't know if I still have it because I might have I was in a really dark spot, so I might have thrown it away during my move. But I might still have somewhere my transforming figures of the Dino Stegazord plus the weird blue saw guy that I never remember. Yeah, I had the Saw Dimetro Zord too because it came in the bundle. It was a bundle.
That's the only way you could get it. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Also, Dino Thunder had the only unreleased auxiliary Zord to exist. It was the Pachycephalosaurus Zord because the paint that it was made of was was labeled toxic by America, so they never imported it from Japan.
Wait, actually, that's why we never got the Packy.
Yep. I learned that a couple years after Dino Thunder happened and the advent of YouTube happened. I was just like, oh.
I'm so mad.
I was going to say you can still order it. Like it's not toxic. It's actually not toxic. You can just order it and have it, like from Japan.
Well, that's not going to fix my ruined childhood.
Time machine. If you get the punchy Zord, you can.
Oh,
he can
I'll
punch
just
you.
go talk to my light ball friend.
If if you just get the punchy Zord, he can punch you through the time machine. The Dracozord. Okay, so in Dino Thunder, in Aba Ranger, the Japanese version of Dino Thunder, each of them have like a cool name. Instead of just like the something Zord.
Yeah.
The Tyrannosaurus is just called Tyranno. Okay, they don't have cool names, but like the one who does have a cool name is the Dracozord because it's not a dragon, obviously, right? It's supposed to be. The Dracozord is a white Tupac Surexazord. What the fuck is that? I've never heard that before.
It's
Tupac is a sword.
That's where he was.
It's supposed to be based off of a fuck, what's it called? I found the other thing. It's supposed to be based off of a. Please, somebody show me it. What are you based off of, please? Oh my gosh. It's not gonna tell me. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe I didn't think it was actually called that, but it's a Tupac Cesaro is actually what it's called. But it's called it's a Tupac Cesaro, right? Or whatever it's called. In Japanese, his name is Top Galer. You know how cool that sounds? Top Galer. He's the top
So
Galer. And he's partnered with Abare Killer. They have the best names. I was going to say that it was my favorite Zord, but I think that calling it my favorite Megazord is a good way to cover both fields.
Yeah.
Because I really do love it. I like how... So, in Sentai, the dinosaurs all had sentience. Like, they all had personalities and sentience, right? Mm-hmm. The Stegazord just said, sorry, guys, I'm switching teams. And left. He literally said, I'm sorry, and left to the other team.
That's so good. That's so awesome. Oh my god.
Instead of it like being like Trent kidnapped the Stegazord and like brainwashed it or something like that, the Stegosaurus in Japanese was just like, bye guys. He literally his literal last words to them was he was talking to the Blue Ranger because him and the Blue Ranger had like a relationship up to that point. And he was just like, I'm sorry. And then he just, like, the faceplate just changed back to the Triceratops. And he's like, what the fuck? And then he combines.
That's so funny.
The Dino Stegazord in Japanese also is called Kirao or Killer O. O in Japanese means king. His name is Killer King or King Killer. That's just so cool.
He's the killer.
He's so edgy.
Yeah, he's so cool. Did you have the toy or have a friend who had the toy of the Stegazord?
Yeah, the Stegazord, so if you remember, they did release the Stegazord by itself, but then it had the bundle with the three of them. So I had a friend that did have the full Thundersaurus Megazord, and they did have the Stegazord separately.
The Stegazord was one of the weirdest toys I ever had by itself.
Because it was a surfboard?
Well, I mean, it was a surfboard, yeah. But the big thing that like really got me was the fact that like, you know, it's top like scales were made out of like a really weird flimsy plastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I never like broke any or anything. But like as a kid, I was like, okay, I have some understanding of dinosaurs. I'm obsessed with dinosaurs. I
Young
watch
Vincent Logic.
tons. I love dinosaurs. Right?
Uh-huh.
Like Land Before Time, one of my favorite movie series of all time.
Yeah.
I watched every single one. But here's this like here's this robot dinosaur. I'm like, okay, well, it's still trying to be faithful to it, and then it has like it has a spot that you put batteries into it. And as a kid,
Yes.
I was like, oh, what does this do? And I flick the switch, and it starts shifting its scales back and forth and like making this horrible screeching noise. I'm like, this isn't what the dinosaur does at all. This isn't real.
I do think the motorized gimmick for all of the Dino Thunder swords were really cool, though.
It was super cool. I love that the saw blade is a free spinning thing. I spent so much time just like using it as like an OG fidget spinner.
Yeah, I thought they were so cool. Especially like when you had the ankylosaur. The ankylosaur.
Oh my god!
And then
With
you could do like the
spinning
double.
back.
Yeah, you could do like the double drill attack.
Yeah,
That was cool.
oh, that was sweet, dude.
Speaking of the drill, okay, I'm gonna tell you something. So in the movie, you know how I told you that the movie version was just like a repaint of the original Megazord from that season?
Yeah.
In the movie, the villain literally rips the arm off of the Megazord and puts it on his, so he has two drill arms.
Oh.
And then they have to steal it back. And be like, oh, it's mine. Okay. This might just be a long episode. Favorite non-ranger character?
My favorite non-ranger character.
Yes. Now, for Mystic Force, that's impossible because almost all of them are Power Rangers.
Almost all the characters are Power Rangers.
Favorite non-ranger character. Now, I do have a separate category called gimmick character. Now, when I mean gimmick character, I mean like a Bulk and Skull or a robot, like a Bulk and Skull like character and or a robot / otherworldly creature that hangs around their base. Okay. Now, though gimmick character can be your favorite character, but I leave it open up to anybody else.
Skull.
Did you know that did you know that Skull reproduced?
That makes me upset.
Yeah, he was a part of the Samurai season.
Um,
Did you know that Bulk and Skull were brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it might be Zeltrax.
I do
Dino
have favorite.
Thunder.
I do have favorite villain on here as well.
He's
so-
not my favorite villain,
Okay.
but I adored Zeltrax. He was so cool.
Um.
Yeah, I think it's Zeltrax.
Okay. Cool. Zeltrax specifically, or Trent's dad?
That's not Trent's dad.
Zeltrax?
Zeltrax is the Ammonite
Oh.
team Cyborg.
Oh. My bad.
No, you're thinking of Megazog. Get your
Yeah.
facts straight, dude. I thought you were a fan.
I forgot. It's Tommy's friend we don't know about that got turned into a villain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you like him red or
No,
blue?
he's
You like him when he's red or
Zeltrax
when
is
he's
super
blue?
cool. I like him when he's blue.
Just so
He's
you
like,
know,
I believe it, but like Megazog's like.
Yeah.
Okay, slight side thing, but it's like weird parallels, and one of the reasons why I like the villain in Dino Thunder so much, as well as like just sort of Dino Thunder in general. Have you ever thought about how like weirdly similar Megazog and like Trent are to Harry and Norman Osborn.
I think that was intentional because I definitely got those vibes as a kid.
So, this dude's just the Green Goblin, but with dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yes.
Which was awesome. Spoiler, he's my favorite villain. Like, he's so cool.
I sense some Dino Thunder bias here.
Look, man, I said Ninja Storm's my favorite series.
A favorite non-ranger
Because
character.
I like dinosaurs. Doesn't...
Favorite non-ranger character for me. There's a lot. Zordon's really cool in the comic. Okay, he's not like cool. He's like, if anything, he's like a piece of shit, like Charles Xavier type of deal. I think okay, as a concept and like what he does, I think Finster's really cool because he just makes monsters out of clay.
Yeah.
That's like literally like an anime power right there. But also the pig from the original MMPR episode where he just eats all the food from the fucking school. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The pig. Do I need to send you a picture of the pig?
Piggy?
Do I need to send you a picture of the pig?
You might need to send me a picture of the pig.
His name's Pudgy Pig.
Pudgy Pig. It
Here you
sounds
go.
so familiar.
Here you go. He wears a Spartan hat.
Oh.
You remember that episode, don't you?
No.
He just eats everything.
Yeah.
He's up there. That weird thing that hung around remember in SPD, that weird like alien that didn't have a nose, but it kind of looked like an orange porcupine.
Yes.
That guy's up there with me. The troll from Mystic Force is up there for me.
The troll. The troll.
Who else is up there for me? Who else? It's gonna be hard for me. Favorite non-ranger character. I'm gonna go basic, maybe. Oh no, Dr. K from RPM. Because she's technically she technically caused all of it. She made Skynet. But her character afterwards is pretty interesting to look at. I'm not going to use her for my favorite mentor, so I'm going to use her here. Favorite power set. Now, when we mean favorite power set, we just mean like the power set that the Rangers use within the series and everything. We're not like just saying like, oh, this is really cool because this like the Morpher and everything. That's its own separate thing. Yeah. So, what is your favorite power set?
It's the magic cell phones from
Is it-
Mystic Force.
No, is that your
I
favorite
love-
Morpher or is that your favorite power set? Is the
It's my
magic?
favorite power set. I love the idea that to be able to use their magical spells, they have to punch in the right phone number. I like that they all manually have to punch in the phone number because none of them are like, okay, I guess I'm never gonna set one of my spells to speed dial. Like,
Well, now that you
so
say
much
that.
time could have been spared.
Um,
No, that's definitely like, and also like Mystic Force, like just the magic stuff in general was like really cool with the show.
mhm.
It was different because like then like the other stuff because like a lot of it was like what you'd agree that like most of Power Rangers like powers can be sort of classified like sort of mystical, but for the most part it's like really sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
And Mystic Force was like a hard right turn from that.
Yeah, definitely mystical magic Harry Potter feel. Um, my favorite power set. Okay, I'm going between the skills of just being a ninja from I guess like either between Ninja Storm or like Ninjetti from the Mighty Morphing. I'm going between that and like the Dino Crystal, the Dino Gems, because they gave you a superpower. Along with you being a Power Ranger, it also just gave you a superhuman ability. I don't I don't know per se. You sounded like you had something to say.
No.
But yeah, maybe yeah. Um yeah, Operation Overdrive also had like they gained superpowers after getting enhanced. Oh, what am I saying? It's Jungle Fury. The fuck, it's throwing just your soul, your spirit at somebody in the shape of an animal.
Yeah.
That's really cool. The main character literally roared like a tiger, and then a tiger manifested inside of him. Yeah, I think that's cool. Next, we're going to do favorite base of operation. What is your favorite base of operation, Power Rangers?
Oh, it's gotta be the headquarters for Ninja Storm.
The base in the hill.
The base in the hill was so cool. Just chilling out in there. You got your sensei over there, not taking up too much room.
Sensei's on his fucking wheel inside of his fucking ball.
Oh God, we gotta change out the sensei's cage again. He took a dump.
Now that SPD has a really good base. It's literally a Megazord.
It's an awesome base.
The base is
It's
literally
just
a
a
Megazord.
Megazord.
It's just a
Yeah.
Megazord. So it's really good.
No, it's really cool.
The old clock tower from Time Force is iconic. Also in space, their base is also just a Megazord. In space is just the Astro Megaship. The old ones are just the command centers. But what about Mystic Force? It's just a tree.
The tree's super cool.
Oh god, I might have Jungle Fury bias.
The pizza shop.
Yeah, the pizza shop / dojo. The pizza shop moonlighting, or the dojo moonlighting as a pizza shop. Yeah, because the other ones are pretty like generic. What would be cooler to hang out in? No, it's Wild Force. The Animarium is a floating island in the sky. I take it back.
That's pretty cool.
You like walk through. I don't. Do they even show how they get to the Animarium ever? They just teleport there.
Huh.
Because when they leave, they just leave out of like they go through like vines and then they just end up on Earth. It's the Animarium for me.
Sweet.
It's also where like all of the Zords are. It's like a natural ecosystem in the sky. It's so cool. Yeah, I take the Animarium.
Right.
Favorite base of operations? Okay. Favorite villain / villain group.
It's gotta be Megazog and his like weird little his weird little gremlin guys.
The black and white spiral looking gremlins. With
Yes.
They have
Oh my god.
They have like points out of their head.
They're so good. They're so funny. Oh my god.
Um,
God, what were his dudes called? I don't even remember.
you can look it up. The advent of the internet.
They're just The Mesogogs.
They're just called the Mesogogs.
No, no, no.
Did you know that his monster form is called the Meso Monster?
They're Triptoids or Triptoids.
Triptoids. That sounds really cool.
Yeah,
I can't get over the Meso Monster.
I can still hear them. They're Mesogog's such a good villain, dude.
Yeah,
He gets really weird,
Green
weird
Goblin.
looking when he becomes Super Mesogog.
Meso Monster. That's what it's called.
He's called him Super Mesogog.
No, he's called the Meso Monster.
What?
That's what the wiki's telling me, Vincent.
The wiki's lying to you.
My favorite villain/villain group. Let me think about all of them together. See, if this was if this was the Sentai, I'd have a totally different answer. But it's not.
It's okay to pick Lothor.
No, because I would in Japanese. Lothar doesn't exist. They all serve this. They all serve this ninja demon entity, and they're called the Nine Spears of Hell or something like that. Like that's
What?
that's what they're. Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah. They're
Oh
like,
my god.
there's
Super
not-
Sentai is not made for kids.
no, they're not. They're literally called like the Nine Spears of fucking something evil, and like they're
Crazy.
they're all like super powerful, and they all have like their own thing that they do. One of them is like, so in Sentai, like they have like anniversary seasons, right?
Yeah.
And like in Operation Overdrive season called Bokenger, which are like the Boken is the Japanese word for adventure. So they're the Adventure
Boken.
Rangers. The Bokengers had an anniversary episode or anniversary special where like they brought back like other Rangers from past seasons. I think they brought back one Ranger from like this like the last 5 seasons to make it their own team. And the goal of the villains at the time were to resurrect the 5 strongest or like the 3 strongest witches or like magicians or like sorceresses in like history, right? One of them, you remember the joke, like the girls from Ninja Storm, like the pink-haired one and the one with like the furry ball hair thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The pink-haired one was kind of a joke. She was known as like a deadly assassin, right? The other one had magic and could just
Yeah.
work.
Mara and Capri.
Yeah. The one that had like the bug beetle eyes, the one that wasn't pink-haired, in Japanese, she was literally considered like the strongest one because she could like use magic and like warp reality. If she said boom, an explosion would happen. She could manifest herself to become big and smash you with her fists. Yeah. She was just really powerful. But they're not my answer. The 9 Spears of Hell are not my answer because we're talking about Power Rangers. You know who sounded really cool during the show, but weren't that strong? Well, they were kind of strong. During like the series themselves. I forget. Okay, I'm looking them up real quick because they sounded really cool. Where the heck are they? The 10 Terrors from Mystic Force. Do you remember them?
Mm-hmm.
Those sounded really cool. I was also on a big Hercules kick back then, so. Oh, this is really hard. Okay, wait, no. Favorite villain, Korag. Does he count?
Yeah, for sure he does. The purple wolf.
Yeah, okay. That it's a different one.
It's true. But Korag's so cool. His Zord is so cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that he fuses with his Zord too, like
he
what?
he just grows big and fuses with the horse.
And he becomes a centaur.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If only Mystic Force was actually like a good series.
He was beating the shit out of his wife though.
Oh,
Anyway,
he is a villain.
Yeah, I have to say it's him. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite conglomerate group. I was gonna say the orcs or like the mutants. But no. Oh wait, no. Ah, that's Jungle Fury bias. I don't think I can do that. I was gonna say what's his name from Jungle Fury, the lion guy. But no, I'll stick with Korag because he's cool. Favorite battleizer. Vincent didn't know what a battleizer was, so I had to explain it to him.
Just didn't know the terminology. Don't make fun of me like that, man.
So battleizers go all the way back to In Space, with Andros having the first battleizer, technically. So In Space, there was a battleizer. Lost Galaxy, there was a battleizer. Lightspeed Rescue, there was a battleizer. Time Force, there were two battleizers because there were two Red Rangers. Wild Force had a battleizer. Ninja Storm had a battleizer. Dino Thunder had a battleizer. Technically two power-ups, and then one was a battleizer. SPD had a battleizer. Cool thing was, Super Sentai caught on to the whole battleizer thing and actually established the SPD battleizer before the Americans did, and the Americans adapted that. But then on it was actually called a battleizer in Japanese. Mystic Force had a battleizer. Overdrive had a battleizer. And I think that's where it stops until... I don't know if the later seasons have them. Technically, the Sentai seasons did have power-ups for each of their corresponding Power Ranger seasons. But in my opinion, they didn't use them as cool as the Japanese did. So we don't have to count them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 9. No, Jungle Fury didn't have a battleizer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 series to take a battleizer from. What is your favorite battleizer?
I think.
I'm going to tell you what's not my favorite battleizer that I thought was my favorite battleizer for a long time. You know Dino Thunder, the battleizer? He became Mr.
The
Fantastic.
Triassic one?
Yeah, it sounded cool and it looked cool until he became Mr. Fantastic. I was like, that's not me. As a kid, I couldn't roleplay that really well on the playground, so I was like, nah, not me.
That's the breaking point. You couldn't roleplay it.
Yeah, I was like, I can't extend my reach. I need like two people. One person to act as my other limbs.
I think it's the Red Dragon Fire mode from Mystic Force.
Oh mine!
Let's go, dude! The scene where he becomes him for the first time and literally like beats up 50 guys on a beach was so cool as a kid.
Oh, you took mine.
And like having the dragon have to be born, and the lady's like, "All right, I'll sit on the egg until it was wild." Pops out, mama.
Yeah. You two are linked. You two are one. It's like, oh,
mama.
okay. It become literally episode to episode. He just became like tiny baby, big dragon.
Yeah.
Also, he was kind of shaped like a chicken. Just saying.
Oh yeah, they're closely related.
If you ever look at Fireheart, he actually just looks like a chicken because he has to ride him.
Yeah.
Ah, you son of a bitch.
Look, I can't help being right.
The Time Force ones look cool, but all the coolness from that I thought about them worked way better in the Mystic Force Battleizer because the aqua blue makes it pop and it looks really cool.
Yeah. I will say though, his form right before he does the Battleizer, like the weird, like what? It's like the Phoenix mode or whatever,
No,
right?
it's called
Where
the
he has,
Mystic
the staff.
Master mode. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mystic Master mode looks fucking stupid.
I always thought they looked kind of
his
cool.
head looks like the like wish egg from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, now that you,
You know
said
what I'm
that, I
talking
can't
about?
unsee
It's
it.
like literally like the black part of his mask is just the egg.
Oh god. I have to use my runner-up then. None of them are as cool as that one. Andros is literally, it's the first Battleizer and it's literally the worst. He literally just gets on roids. I hate it. What's the Ninja Storm Battleizer? God damn it, Vincent.
The Ninja Storm one is actually really cool.
Does it look that not as cool as I remember it. Never mind. He just
No, but the powers that he gets are pretty cool.
No.
He's also roided.
Most of them
Like,
are.
holy crap, dude! That is what is that? Is that a 20-pack? Jesus Christ! Whoa! That is so much more ripped than I ever remember. That's ridiculous. Oh my god.
God damn it. Oh, okay. I'm not choosing the Dino Thunder one. He does have arm cannons, but the Mr. Fantastic gimmick is not really going for me.
His Battleizer is still really cool though, especially
Yeah.
like the shield and the
I
whole
think-
like story arc for like getting the shield its power.
But that the form before the Battleizer is really cool, but like the Battleizer itself, like the Triassic mode, no.
Yeah, him getting like weird arms was.
If they would have just not
Okay.
give him stretchy powers, man.
Did oh my god, we're unlocking memories now. Did you know that they made a toy of the Battleizer? But not
yeah,
in
it's
a traditional
stretched.
sense. The like weird hand cannon thing. Do you
What?
know about this? Do you know about this?
Dino Thunder Battleizer toy. Oh, what am I gonna get myself into?
I don't.
They made a toy of this?
So, okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find
Wait, are you talking
a
about
picture of it.
Are you talking about the ones that would extend their limbs too? Or are you talking about
No.
a different one?
So
those ones also creeped me out.
this came with a figure of Zeltrax, right?
Wait, are you talking about this?
Send me a picture.
It's an eBay listing.
No.
Oh,
No.
that's also
So,
terrifying.
So this
Why
is
did
one
they
of
have
I
all of the toys for this season that were Ranger figures just wanted them to extend their limbs? Who had a fetish?
okay. So I highly doubt. Oh, I found it. Okay. So this is the Battleized arm extender hand claw grabber. It came with a figure of Zeltrax.
What is this?
So you're able to pull it back, and it's the Red Ranger's arm, and the back trigger is able to close the hand. So what you would do is you would pick up Zeltrax with it, and the thing on top is the cannon on his shoulder. So you'd flick up the gray thing there is a little like viewfinder eyepiece that you would look down. It's a scope. You'd look down, and then the thing in the front you would click, and then it would shoot like a little arrow into Zeltrax,
God.
but it would always miss because the thing is too high up and the Zeltrax figure just barely fits into the hand.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have this thing still somewhere.
I remember this. Oh my gosh. The memories being unlocked right now.
Dude, look at how into this kid is. Yeah,
I'm
get him.
him.
Dude, this thing was so funny. This is one of the weirdest toys I can remember.
You really left me with all the shitty battleizers. Okay. I'm just going with my second best. Because they didn't adapt the other cool Japanese ones. I'll go with the Red Sentinel Ranger.
Red Sentinel.
It's from Operation Overdrive. It's when he literally became one with the Sentinel Knight. I'll go with
You
that.
said you didn't watch Samurai, right?
I kind of did. I know about the stuff in it. The Shogun Battleizer is okay. I just really don't like it.
I love the Super Sentai, the Super like Samurai, the Shogun mode or whatever. Yeah. He looks so over the top.
It's just not for me.
I feel like he's just gonna like yell at me the whole time. I felt one of the weird things for me about Power Rangers Samurai, and one of the reasons I didn't watch watching the show, and it was like a weirder one, but like, you know, as a kid, like you'll have like weird things that like you're just like, ugh, I don't like it.
Yeah.
His helmet, I understand it's like a kanji, right? It's like the kanji. What? It's like the
for
kanji
fire.
For fire. Yeah. See, my issue, like initially I was like, okay, it looks kind of bug-like, but that's fine. My issue is when they got their like, you know, the Super Samurai mode, and the helmets started getting a little bit smaller, but the black parts got bigger, so it ended up just being like a really weird French mustache for me, and I just really did not vibe with that. And then the Red Samurai Ranger is just like, oh,
wait, it does. He has like Goldie Rogers just mustache.
I just be like watching the show and these guys like beating everyone up. It's a shame because it has like one of my favorite Rangers. The Gold Samurai Ranger is so cool. And like I'd see these Power Rangers like beating people up with katanas. I'm like, ah, yeah. And then the Red Ranger would be like, oh, wee wee. God,
Oh.
get out of my show. Why did they golden emboss his mustache?
He's just Gold Roger.
Roger!
I feel like this picture is a better representation. Oh, a second. He has less of a bushy mustache. Oh, wait, that's so good. I've never.
You're never gonna be able to look at that the same way again, dude.
Oh god, this. Oh, I feel like it's even worse in this toy because like the armor's separate, but the helmet is still like very mustachy. Oh. Wee. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
So good. It's so good.
You took-
And then the blue. And then the Blue Rangers just over here, like, yeah, we legalized marijuana. This is fine.
Yeah, this is really cool. Yeah, you stole the good one, so I'll go with the Sentinel Ranger. It was cool because like he combined with the sword and everything like that, but
Yeah.
and mine also would be the Red Dragon Fire Ranger. It's really cool.
So cool. It's like one of the only good parts about the series. That series, like, I loved watching that series as a
You
kid.
remember
I
what his
tried
weapon
rewatching
was?
The
Sticks.
the cool boat, the Screama sticks. Yeah, dude, he was like, all right, I watched a lot of Batman as a kid, and I love Dick Grayson, so let's go.
They like launched fireballs out of the tops of
It
them.
was so cool.
I love
It's like
his.
holding fireworks.
Remember his finishing move that was animated? It was like its own animation. He just threw the sticks at it for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your favorite gag character?
Okay, we can go to gag character then. My favorite gag character. God damn it. Literally all the people that I said favorite non-ranger character. It might also be the guy who wanted to be the Orange Ranger from SPD.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who was the janitor. It might be him.
Really?
Because as a character, I think he's really cool, but he is also like a gag.
I would have sworn you would have picked Flit.
Flip?
Flit from Jungle Fury. The Fly?
Oh, wait, as a human? Wait, he kind of takes the cake as a human, though. Him as a human's the best. No, well, okay, so I don't remember him a lot in the Power Rangers version. In Japanese, it's actually really cool because he's just like this fly guy, right? But he's an MC. Like he talks over all of the fights. Yeah, it's so
okay.
Cool.
That's actually sick.
Because
my god,
his mouth is supposed to be a microphone.
Is it actually? That makes so much sense.
So he's like an announcer. So like whenever they're fighting, he literally MCs it like we're watching fucking WWE.
Oh, is that why he has the sunglasses on too?
Yeah. So like whenever the Zords are fighting and everything like that, he commentates on that too. Like and it's so much to the point where like even when like they're being pushed into the corner, it's like he's a wrestling MC. He's just like, "Oh, the Rangers are cornered. What are they gonna do?" Yeah. Yeah. I'd put it. I'd give it to that guy. I don't remember his name. Orange Ranger SPD. What the fuck is his name? Boom. His name is Boom. Forgot. Who's your favorite character like that? Vinnie Pooh.
Okay. So, my favorite, I want to say Genji from Mystic Force, but I can't. Like, no matter, like, I adore him. He's so funny, but it's got to be Antonio Garcia. And you probably don't know that much about him because he was a character from Samurai. He was like the best. He was the only real good part
he's
about
the Sixth
Samurai.
Ranger.
Yeah. He becomes the Gold Ranger. He's the best friend of the Red Ranger, right?
Just like
and
it's like that in
teaches
Sentai
himself. He teaches himself how to be a samurai, and then creates his own ranger powers and chooses to be a Gold Ranger. But he's also hilarious to the point like there's this great episode where like all of his like weaponry and like powers and stuff are like fish themed, but there's this whole episode where he develops a fear of fish.
Oh,
so the Rangers, to be able to make sure that he can actually help them fight things, have to help him like solve this like completely debilitating issue.
interesting.
And Mia is like cooking food for him, and she's like, if you eat my food and touch the fish, you'll be able to fight with us just fine. and they're doing on like a count of 3, and then at the last second, Antonio's like, "No!" and then she ends up feeding Kevin instead. And he like is just like vomiting and dying because Mia is a horrible cook. He's just a very, very funny, over the top character, and he like showed up completely out of nowhere with Ranger powers, which was awesome.
So in the Sentai version of it, Shinken meaning I actually don't know what Shinken means, but they so it's very similar. The Gold Ranger, what's his name? Genta. His name is Genta. Genta and Takaharu. Takaharu is the or Takeru. Takeru's the Red Ranger, right? Are best friends from childhood. But as Takeru began to take more responsibility as the lord of his house, he started to distance himself from Genta. So Genta literally did what Antonio did. He made his own morpher, and he trained himself in the art of sushi because he has a sushi cart.
Oh,
And he's so good at making sushi, it translates into, so I forget what it's called. Give me a second. It's a type of Japanese sword style. Okay, it is called that. It's called Iai Jutsu. Iai means Iai Jutsu roughly translates out to meaning something along like one hit or one swing technique, right? So he trained so hard at Iai Jutsu, it translates to him being such a good sushi chef, and that he is literally like, you've seen like the Sentai footage from Samurai. Mm-hmm. He literally can move at supersonic speeds. In Samurai, I don't know how they translate it in Samurai, but in Shinkenger, they have everybody that is on the team has this thing. It's kind of like chakra. It's called Magicora. And that's how they create the symbols that they use, is from the Magicora that they have in their body, right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't know how to effectively draw Magicora, so he uses it with his phone and types it into kanji. I guess Antonio's morpher is very similar to that. That like he literally creates a phone that can take his Magicora and turn it into kanji because he doesn't know how to traditionally paint Japanese symbols. And yeah, he hangs out with his they're called origami. Their Zords are just called origami. So like the Red Rangers one, it's just called the Shishi origami or the lion origami. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he hangs out with his lobster and his squid, and he sells sushi. So, yeah.
You know who else I adore as a gag character? And he really didn't get a lot of screen time at all, but he does have like the best gag character episode I think that exists in Power Rangers. Boom from SPD.
I literally said he was my fucking favorite one.
Shut up. I don't listen to you.
No, him dreaming of being a ranger and them taking a in-space helmet and painting it orange so he could be one. Oh, it's fucking amazing. Speaking of okay, go ahead.
I did try to build his helmet. Not his like Orange Ranger helmet, but the helmet that he had for like his like weird defensive gear at the end of the episode, the really bulky red one. I tried to build that out of paper mache as a kid and nearly suffocated myself.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna talk about gag characters, okay?
Are we gonna talk about Piggy?
No. In Sentai, this is relevant to both Boom and samurai.
I'm listening.
In Japan, in Shinkenger, the Japanese version of Power Ranger Samurai, they kind of made an homage to Boom in a way where they made a person who thinks that they are a ranger, right?
Yeah.
There is an episode where there is this American man so in Japanese they usually have a roll call of like each of the rangers, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a man that you meet in the beginning of this episode. His name is Richard Brown.
Oh my god, that's
This is Richard Brown.
Oh, Richard!
This is Richard. This is Richard Brown.
Oh,
He says
I
that
remember Richard Brown.
Richard Brown believes that among all of the Shinkengers, that he is Shinken Brown. Very similar to how Boom believes that he is the Orange Ranger.
I can't believe you sent me the worst picture of him when there's the boss picture.
I was about to paste that into the chat. That is Richard Brown.
I love.
Yeah.
I might need to rewatch Samurai. It seems like I have more fond memories of it than I really do. Oh wait, no, never mind. French mustache.
French mustache.
I can't, dude. I can't. He's like, oh, the Red Ranger is supposed to be our leader. He's like, oui.
Aren't you supposed to be Jaden? Aren't you supposed to be Japanese? Oui, oui. Samurai actually is pretty nice. Samurai.
Nice soda.
So Samurai actually does like a pretty good, like almost one-to-one retelling of like the events that happened in the Sentai. Takeru is very similar to Jaden. He's all like in Samurai, all of them are just descendants of previous Power Rangers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that in Sentai. Jaden. Okay, so here's the biggest thing, right? Jaden is the son of the previous Red Ranger and takes up the mantle, right? And he has a sister, Lauren. So in Japanese, in the Sentai, it's different. So Takeru is the Red Ranger, right? But halfway, like three-fourths of the way through the series, we actually figure out that Takeru isn't who he is. Okay? So in I don't know how they phrase it in Samurai. What do they call Jaden? Is he like a lord? Is he like an emperor? Like what do they call him?
It's been so long since I
Or is he just a descendant of a
I
team?
think he's just. I think they just call him the leader. There's not. I don't. Samurai Ranger Fire.
Okay, so in the Sentai,
he's the head of the 19th head of the Shiba clan.
okay, yes.
I know that for a fact.
Okay, so it's very similar to that. Takeru is also the 19th head of the Shiba clan. They've kept that pretty one-to-one translating from the source material, right? So the Shiba clan is a noble house in Japan, even though like that fucking feudal samurai days are over, right? So his retainers are the 4 other rangers, right? And then eventually Genta or the Gold Ranger becomes his retainer as well. Oh God. Get him out of here.
Noble Lord Jaden.
So Jaden is remember when Lauren comes on to be the Red Ranger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lauren takes up his place because Jaden's going to fight fucking Cole from Wild Force, right?
Yeah.
In the Japanese, it's a little different. So 3/4 of the way through the series, I think actually like halfway through the series, we figure out that Takeru actually isn't the person that he says that he is. We are introduced to the actual 19th head of the Shiba clan, Shiba Kaoru. So her name is Kaoru. And Takeru has been playing the role of what they would call in Japanese feudal society as a shadow. So when a head of a clan is targeted for assassination, right? There is usually, or is rumored to be targeted for assassination, usually when they are young, right? Usually they are a young person that was just appointed head of a clan and are being targeted by enemies of them, right? Usually, what the noble clan will do is they will assign them a shadow, a child who has been born and raised to just be the substitute, literally like the Pokemon version of like the substitute, acting as that person in both not name, but sometimes name, but mostly in like the position that they hold in case an assassination attempt is there. Like they are literally the decoy for that person to get assassinated instead, right?
Yeah.
So Kaoru came out of the shadows and decided to take her rightful place as the head of the Shiba clan, thus having Takeru step down from his position as the shadow 19th head, right? Takeru, so okay, Jaden has like the guy that stays with him, right? I forget his name.
Yeah.
It's like his father-like figure, but it's not his dad.
I know who you're talking about. And I can't remember his name.
Takeru has the same type of person. He's called his retainer. Takeru and his retainer have known the entire show that is what Takeru's role has been. But they were never supposed to reveal it to anybody, nor were they supposed to act any differently besides being the retainer and the 19th head of the Shiba clan, right? So, as opposed to Lauren taking up her brother's place because of his absence, in Japanese, it is the actual head of the 19th head of the Shiba clan taking her rightful place on the team, both as a ranger and as like a nobility. So instead of it being like how Jaden just leaves the team, Takeru gets booted off the team, still has a morpher, goes off to go fight the demon guy. Do you want to know something weird?
What?
So at the end, I don't know how it happens in Samurai, but the main villain guy, Kaoru and the Shiba clan sealed him away previously, right? There was a strong seal that they had that would, like, it was of the Shiba clan crest, and it would seal away the strongest of demons or whatever back into the underworld, and they would never resurrect for like another couple, like 100 or 1,000 years, right? So Kaoru tries to seal the main villain, doesn't work, too strong. So Kaoru and Takeru devise a plan for him to take up his mantle back as Shinken Red, the leader of the Rangers, and for her to step down, and for him to beat the ever-loving shit out of the main villain, because although he can't use the crest, right? Because he's not blood related to her. He's not technically a blood Shiba, right? Because he's a shadow. She said the amount of Magikora, like I said before, it's like the equivalent to like chakra in Naruto. She said the amount of Magikora that he has in his body is like 20 times what I have. So I'm confident that he could just outlast the guy, the main villain, in a battle of stamina. So instead of us sealing him, we're just gonna beat the ever-loving shit out of him. And the rest of the team's just like, okay, sounds like a good plan. Clap, clap, clap. And Kaoru's retainer says, well, that doesn't work because he's not the head of the clan, so he can't be Shinken Red. Kaoru opens a document of the family tree, and under her is Takeru. She adopts him. You know what the craziest part of all of this is?
What?
Kaoru in the show is 16 years old. You want to know how old Takeru is?
How old?
He's 18.
Huh.
She adopts a man older than her into her clan,
Huh.
thus making him technically, not genetically, the head of the Shiba clan and thus can continue being the leader of the team. So, big tangent right there. But that's Samurai is very close to how the Sentai show was in many regards.
That's sweet.
Okay. We actually have a lot more. Favorite opening?
Dino Thunder. There's no like alternative for me to even like think
Power
about.
Rangers. Da, 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 da.
No, you.
Um,
Dino Thunder roar. It's just so good, dude. So memorable.
I give it to Time Force. They just yell at me in the beginning. Kind of gets me. Favorite mentor?
I want to say the guinea pig, but it's not the guinea pig. The guinea pig's the funniest one. I think I gotta give it to Dr. O.
Okay.
Like, because like I watched
motherfucker.
like a bit of I watched a bit of Dino Thunder, and like while I was watching it, like occasionally they would throw up like older episodes like of Mighty Morphin and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, it's Dr. Oliver.
Oh, while we're on the subject of Dino Thunder, do you remember the episode where they showed the Japanese? They actually showed the Sentai during it. Do you remember they showed like the quote unquote Japanese version of them? Where like they watched a TV episode?
Oh yeah,
That was actually an episode of Abba.
that was an
They just
Huh.
they dubbed it. They dubbed it 1-to-1 though. Like that was actually the closest thing we ever got to a dubbing of the Sentai series. But yeah, no, it was actually just an episode. I remember watching that episode in Japanese, and I was just like, "Wait a second." I was like, "I remember this from Power Rangers."
That's actually sick.
And during what was it? During the outro of the credits and everything like that, like when they transition from like the characters, like the last fading transition of the episode, right? They actually played the Abba Ranger opening during it, like the instrumental for it, which I just thought was really cool. Favorite mentor? RJ's cool, Purple Wolf and everything like that, but Kruger from SPD is awesome.
Kruger's so cool. Yeah.
His name in Japanese is Doggy Kruger, but Anubis Kruger in English sounds way cooler.
Doggy Kruger.
When he showed up as the Shadow Ranger, I was just like, okay, this guy's amazing. This guy's so cool. And then he beat up all the Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Shadow Ranger looks sick, dude. 100.
Favorite modes of transportation. This isn't fair for all of the seasons, but I want to know. What is your favorite vehicle?
I think it's not.
I should note, and that isn't a Zord.
I know. I think I like. I think I gotta give it to the Velociraptors. They're
From
just
Dino
kind of
Thunder?
funny. Yeah, from Dino Thunder. I like Dino Thunder a lot, but like the Velociraptors are just kind of funny. It was a weirder part of the show because like up until that point, like the dinosaurs. If there were dinosaurs there, it was either the villain or it was a robot. The Velociraptors, sure, they were robots. They were very much not animated to look like robots. But also, shout out to the weird capsular cycles from Lost Galaxy being one of the weirdest vehicles I've ever seen in my life.
My favorite ones are it's from the same series, but they're two different ones. Is Lightning Cruiser and Storm Blaster from Turbo, because they were just sentient cars. Yeah. They were just found in a fucking meteorite, and the Rangers tamed them, and they happened to coincide with the themes of the Red and Blue Rangers cars. So, I thought it was really cool when In Space happened. When In Space had like the crossover where they went back to Earth, and like Justin was still there fighting like Divatox's forces and stuff. I just thought it was really cool because you got to see TJ as the Blue Ranger went back to Earth, and then like Lightning Cruiser like came up to him, and it's just like, oh shit, like, hey buddy, like I'm not the Red Ranger anymore, but I'll still drive you. I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. And they're sentient cars. It's fucking cool.
It's true. It is very cool.
Okay. This is possibly the biggest question. Actually, okay, wait. We'll get to this last. We did that. Favorite theme, not theme song, favorite like motif that the teams are based off of. What is your favorite motive?
Oh,
not necessarily basing off power set, just favorite motive, like the vehicles from Turbo, the animals from Wild Force, time, travel,
time,
vehicles with eyes in them, jungle animals. I feel like you're gonna say dinosaurs.
I think I'm gonna say dinosaurs. I just like dinosaurs, man. Dinosaurs are cool. I okay. How about this follow-up question for you before you go to your favorite one? What is the theme supposed to be for Ninja Storm's Rangers?
Ninjas.
Because I don't see. No, they're not though.
Ninjas
like
and storms.
Their powers. Yeah, but their powers are like, all right, I have the power of the Falcon.
No.
I have the
they're
power
elemental.
of the...
They're elemental.
Okay.
They literally.
Why is one of them a dolphin?
Because she's water.
Oh, why is it a dolphin?
They're elemental, and then they have the Thunder Bros.
Yeah, I guess I'm still going dinos.
Okay. I don't know if this is. I don't know if this is my favorite theme, but I'm gonna pick it. It's Lightspeed Rescues, like emergency responders, as my favorite theme. Mostly because each of these people, I remember watching a Lightspeed Rescue like retrospective, and they were just like, I get the fucking medical, like I get the person who's like a medical professional, I get the firefighter, but the guy who just does tricks with whales at SeaWorld, why him? But I really do like it. Like one of my favorite scenes in Power Rangers probably has to be when the Lightspeed Rescue team gets like recruited, and like they put down all of their portfolios, and like the leader is like, all of you have been picked because of your specialty. Like you all have a specialty that could help like save the world, and you're like the best in your field. And then the Red Ranger stands up and he's just like, I will risk my life to defeat evil. And like it's just like, oh yeah. Like this is Power Rangers to the core. He literally said like, I don't care, I will serve. He doesn't say I will serve my country. He's just like, I'll serve this underwater base. I put this in and I already kind of used this already, but favorite Sixth Ranger.
Favorite Sixth Ranger.
Trent counts as the Sixth Ranger. Even though
Don't
there's
give me
five.
the easy out. Don't give me got the guy gap. I think my favorite is the OG Green Ranger.
Tommy, just as the
Yeah.
Green Ranger.
Just as the Green Ranger, yeah. He was cool. He was fun. He was
Yeah.
for me, he was the highlight of that whole series.
Do you know the Japanese, like anything about the Japanese version?
No.
So, okay, this is about to get fucking fairy tale in here. So, this is about to turn into Land Before Time, but with people in suits. So, in the Japanese,
Can't go to the Forbidden Valley.
in the Japanese version, there was a kingdom that lived alongside the dinosaurs, and the king of the kingdom had two kids. Yeah, he had two kids with two different women. One of them was his first child, Burai, and the second one was his child, Geki. Geki was raised in the kingdom with his father. Burai was raised in a different castle with his mom, right? But both of them were both entitled to the powers of the Zyuranger, who were the Japanese versions of the Power Rangers, right? Geki has the Tyrannosaurus like metal, and Burai has the dragon metal, right? Burai was sealed away by his father because he was fucking crazy. Geki became the leader, right? So what happens is sometime later they're like, we need to beat. Her name isn't Rita in the Japanese. Her name is Bandora, like a play on Pandora, because you open a Rita is like Pandora's box, right? That's
Yeah.
like the whole theme of it. So they're like, we need to beat Bandora. We need to unlock like this ancient power that's sealed away. Well, that ancient power that was sealed away was Burai. They're like, oh man, it's another Zyuranger and everything. The first thing that Burai does when he gets unsealed by this elf kid. Don't ask about it. Elves exist, right? It's this little elf kid unseals him, right? Do you want to know the first thing Burai does to thank this child?
Kill him?
Close. He punches him in the face and launches him like 20 feet in the air, right?
Oh.
Burai doesn't care. Burai jumps away, and then Burai sees the battlefield ahead of him. And then he transforms and announces himself as the Dragon Ranger. And then he jumps up into the cockpit of the Megazord. And then they're all just like, oh man, what are you doing in here? And then he beats the shit out of them. And he beats the shit out of them. And he beats the shit out of them. And I mean, like, he did. I don't mean that for like dramatic effect. He does it like 3 times before the episode ends. And then he's just like, I am the prince of the whatever kingdom. And then Geki's just like, that's my kingdom. Blah, blah, blah. And then he figures out that that's his brother. And then Burai's like, he's just like, oh, brother. And then Burai's just like, I fucking hated you. He's just like, you got to live in the kingdom with our dad. And he beats the shit out of him more. Long story short, it ends with Burai dying because he had the whole candle situation like Tommy. But instead of losing the powers like Tommy did in the show, that candle was Burai's soul because he was resurrected. So, because when he was sealed away, okay, this sounds really bad. When he was sealed away, the seal cracked, so he actually died. So Bandora made a candle out of his soul that would resurrect with him when he got unsealed. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but at the end, he loved his brother. He gave him his shield. The little golden shield. He was like, do good. Sorry for beating your ass all those times. But, my favorite Sixth Ranger... I could have the easy out here. Merrick is such a bad character. I like Merrick when he's evil. Then there's the Mercury Ranger, who is just an alien. I think it's Eric from Time Force. He steals a morpher, becomes a Power Ranger, tries to steal the team away from what's his name? Actually, I think his name is Eric. I don't remember the other guy's name, but it's the Quantum Ranger. I think it's him. Yeah. He's really cool. And then he dies. Then he comes back. He's time travel.
Just like a cool guy does.
Yeah, not Barai. Barai's dead. You know what the sad thing is? Okay, so the guy, Barai, the Dragon Ranger, Abare Killer dies, and so does the Quantum Ranger. The three of them show up in the Japanese version of Megaforce or of Super Megaforce, and go up to the Sixth Ranger who's Silver, and he's just like, "Be better than us," and then they give him the powers. They give him their powers. We are at a couple hours here, but we have some other stuff. What is your favorite? This is the big one. You ready for the big one?
Yeah. The last one then?
Yeah. That and I don't know. I have some like loose stuff that we could do if we want. What is your favorite morpher? I guess with this we can also put favorite suit design. It doesn't have to be the same season. Just like throw that in there. I need to look these up because I need to know.
Cool morphers from back in the day. I think it's the Ninja Storm morphers. That was them spinning. They looked so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the suits also just looked very sleek, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
The Thunder Rangers were just sick.
What about you?
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at all of the morpher options that I had. Well, okay, and you said your favorite suit was
Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm. Okay. Favorite morpher? I thought the solar morphers were really cool because they were just sunglasses. Yeah. I'd say that. I'd say them. There's a lot of phones. I just noticed that.
There are a lot of phones. They really liked the phones.
So the solar morpher was really cool. I thought it was cool how like it just morphed into the helmet. Which the solar morpher actually isn't the morpher that they have in the original Japanese. Do you remember the paw fist gauntlet things?
Yeah.
Those were the morphers.
Interesting.
Yeah. And okay, you haven't watched any of Ninja Steel. That's like a really recent one, right?
No, I've not.
Okay. In the Japanese, okay, so in the English, it's like this giant shuriken thing that in the Japanese is originally like a weapon that they use, but they make it the morpher in the American version, right? In the Japanese version, it's a fucking katana. It's so cool. My favorite suits are the Mystic Force ones. I like the capes. Yeah,
For sure.
it's as simple as that. Um, I don't know how much more you want to talk about this. But I did have a couple things. Let me know if you want to do them. I don't know how much you know about the comics, but we could talk a little bit about the comics. I've talked enough about the Super Sentai in between all of this. Create your own team.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a big order,
That's a big one.
but it is relevant to the topic today.
It is true.
Um, this can be the final thing is that we build our own team.
Sure.
Now I have to look through all of the Rangers.
All of the Rangers of all time. I'd take the Red Ranger. I'd take Wes.
No duplicate colors.
Yeah, I'd take Wes Collins
From Time Force.
from Time Force as the Red Ranger.
Okay.
Trent for the White Ranger.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
So five members as a core, and then you can pick your sixth Ranger.
Yeah. Crap. I'd take Catherine as the Pink Ranger.
Okay.
You suck.
Me? I feel like I'm building my team up pretty well right here. Yeah?
I don't like things
You don't like thinking about this?
thinking. Billy Cranston is blue.
Okay.
No, not Billy.
Oh.
Billy's getting the boot.
Oh.
We'll go Blue Ranger. We'll go Tori Hansen. It's the Blue Ranger. And then the Yellow Ranger from Mystic Force.
Okay.
Don't ask me to repeat that.
Okay.
It's set in stone.
I wasn't going to.
Good. The Yellow Ranger reminds me, his actor reminds me of Cal from Cal Kestis from
Okay. Um. Oh wait. Okay. No, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Then I can go back on what I said. Then I'll take. Where the fucking competent rangers at? Who was your 6th ranger?
Trent.
Trent. Okay.
Who do we fight?
Blue,
Anyone not wearing a primary color.
pink, red, yellow, blue. Okay, green or black? Okay. And then who's my 6th ranger? Do I give myself a powerhouse? Nah, we'll put you in here. Okay. My pink. Okay, let's do this in a different order. My red ranger is going to be the red lightspeed ranger, Carter Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
Strong leader. My pink ranger is going to be the pink Galaxy Ranger, not the original one that died. I want Karome, Andros' sister. Okay?
Yeah.
My yellow ranger is going to be... Oh, fuck, you pulled up the Sentai page. Is going to be Summer, the yellow RPM ranger. Both of these are strong women, strong independent women. They don't need no man for nothing. Next is my blue ranger. I'm gonna choose Ethan from Dino Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
He's smart. He also has hard skin.
It's true.
I will then take... Oh my gosh, they gave me the Japanese page
I
again.
remember asking my mom one time when she was watching an episode with me if he needed to use moisturizer.
My Green Ranger is going to be Bridge from SPD. Super smart. Can use fucking powers and shit. Feel like he'd work really, really well with Ethan, right? We got the brains, and then like the girls are like the bronze. And then for my 6th ranger, this isn't overlapping colors because they did it on the show. I'm choosing Eric from Time Force, the Time Force Quantum Ranger. I feel like it's a strong. And they have a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we have this has been a pretty long episode. Probably longer than most of ours. So I think that you agree that we should wrap up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Do you have any last words that you'd like to say to the viewers?
I hope you're all doing well, and thanks for your continued support.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to get in contact with us, you can always hit us up at our Twitters. I am at lying_mask.
I am Vincent Barlow 8.
And you can hit both of us up on our shared Twitter, the at Domestic BF Pod on Twitter. That's a whole thing, by the way. You know, it's going to be changed to X soon. Really hope that doesn't happen. But shout out to Ultimate Maverick X for the artwork, as always. And we will see you guys later.
Stay beautiful, everyone.